मेरी थोड़ी फट रही है, नीचे तो नहीं आ जाएगी ना ये?
Hello, friends, and welcome to another day of adventure in Hampi. And today we're diving deep into the ancient ruins, hidden gems, and a legendary sunset spot. But first, hydration is the key. Alright, let's time travel back to a few centuries. First up, the museum. Because let's be real, before running around ruins, we gotta know what we're looking at. Ancient sculptures, relics, and a quick history lesson. Check. And not to miss this model of Hampi Valley. Every location was mapped so nicely.
And look at those little flags and उसी नाम पे इधर लिस्ट है.
I was simply awestruck with all the things present in the museum. Look at these notes. I mean, people used to write on metal plates. It would have been so hard to do this considering the language at that time was much more detailed. Like currently, it's much simpler version of the language that we used to have. And damn, the commitment. There was also this chart which showed the development of Kannada and Telugu over the years. How cool! And this collection of coins, you can see the back and the front of all the coins, and it was also laid down in details. It was so impressive. Our next stop was Queen's Bath. Now, this is what I call luxury in the 1500s. A giant open air royal bath. I mean, imagine having this as your personal bathtub. How cool! And just like any other historical structure, the engravings here on the wall, the architecture, and everything was so beautiful. I mean, all these different part of the ceilings had different designs. None of them was similar. How much time someone would have put into making such beautiful creations. Now, tucked away in a corner is this hidden gem.
So this was closed, busted, but so beautiful. Chandrashekhara Temple.
These places still hold the magic of the past. Standing here, you can feel the history.
So nice. Guys, know why not me to come here, or if you need to come here. Amazing place.
I have seen people visiting the Octagonal Bath, but they generally skip the Chandrashekhara Temple. I mean, it was closed, but still, the landscape amazing. Looking at these huge ass doors, we reached Mahanavami Dibba. There are a lot of other things to visit around here, but we started with this one. The work done on the side of this place is just simply amazing. And if these steps could talk, imagine the story they'd tell. This place was once where the king sat to watch grand celebrations. Now we're just watching tourists take selfies. Next, we saw this step well, which is made of a black stone material. Also, the person sitting at the temple we went last told us that the water from the Queen's Bath came till here, and I think it was through these pipe like structures made out of stone. How cool! Next was the public bath. Well, nothing too fancy about it, but I could imagine people coming here and chilling with their friends.
Even in January, it is so hot right now. We are just looking for shade everywhere. हवा चल रही है तो थोड़ी ठंडी हवा लग रही है. ये मेरे से बोला नहीं जा रहा है. मेरे सर पे से धूप चढ़ चुकी है. इट इज सो हॉट. समवन प्लीज टेल मी हम्पी आने का अच्छा मौसम कौन सा होता है प्लीज.
So we went underground of this one particular site, and they told us that this was a place where the kings used to have like their meetings with their administrative officers and other people, and the temperature difference between this place and the outside was so significant. Okay, this is something I need to show you. You must have seen people in China climbing up these stairs of heaven looking amazing. Well, this is made in India, that too in the 1500th century. Welcome to the stair of heaven. And obviously, must have been used for something else before, but now all that remains is this thing. Next, we went to Hazari Rama Temple. Again, how much can I say about the engravings? Every place is so beautiful. The art done on the walls and pillars. Where can you see such things these days? Everything told a different story. Next, we headed towards the underground Shiva Temple. Well, we say it underground because it is lower to the ground level, and also the main area of the temple with the Nandi and the Shivling are present are actually underwater still. And next stop was Lotus Mahal, straight out of a fairy tale. This mahal was for the royal woman, and right next to it, the OG luxury stables for the king's elephants. These elephants had better real estate than most of us. After a long day, we went to Mango Tree for lunch, and everyone in Hampi, for some reason, always suggests Mango Tree to have lunch, and it was worth it. We had a South Indian thali, and it was very tasty. Post lunch, we went to the Krishna temple, and the engravings on the entrance had these seahorses and fishes. I don't know the exact significance, but it was beautiful. Then we headed to Vithala temple because we can definitely not miss the stone chariot when we are in Hampi. There is an entry fee for the Vithala temple, and also for just 20 rupees you can get a golf cart ride to and from the temple. So these pillars you see, we were told that this used to be like the market outside the Vithala temple. The Vithala temple complex in itself was very huge and had so much history to it. Definitely the iconic stone chariot. It is also present in the 50 rupees note, and I also got this picture with it. These pillars are actually called music pillars. You can tap on them and they will create some musical notes. How cool was our history, man? And every other place I went, they said the same thing, but the engravings here in the Vithala temple complex was above and beyond anyone. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of a horse or a lion combination is this. I would love to see this in real life, but every small details on these pillars was so amazing. This is like an inside corridor of the temple, and it is said that initially the water used to flow down in the streams, and the light coming from above would reflect on the water and light up the whole corridor. Definitely get a guide here so you can know about all the history and all the significance of the different places, the engravings, and everything. Well, we said bye to Vithala Temple and headed to see another sunset for the last day of Hampi. Well, I could definitely not get enough of this place. I think this itinerary that I had covered in one day should have been done in 2 days. Well, we rushed towards the Hemgunta Hill because we had planned to see the sunset from there. Well, rushing here for the sunset was definitely the best decision I had made. Just look at it. The views around the Hemkunta Hill and the Hemkunta Hill itself was so beautiful. Let me show you how the Virupaksha temple looked from the hill. I was obsessed. It's just walking on the hill, looking at the boulders, you would come along this view of Virupaksha temple. According to me, this has to be the best view of Virupaksha temple in Hampi. You get such an uninterrupted panoramic view of the temple with the backdrop of the ruins and the boulders of Hampi and the mountains. It's just perfect. People say Matanga Hills is the best sunset spot, but sitting here, this moment feels just perfect. This is not the end. Next, we visited the Virupaksha temple, and this was our final spot. And just like that, my Hampi journey ends where it all began, the heart of Hampi, the Virupaksha temple. What a trip, what a place, and what a goodbye. And that's a wrap on my Hampi adventure. If you made it this far, drop your favorite spot of Hampi below in the comments so that I know you're a real one. Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe for more crazy travel stories. Next stop, who knows? But it's gonna be epic. See ya in the next one.
हम्पी हैज़ बीन ग्रेट. आई न्यू दैट मेरे को हम्पी बहुत अच्छा लगेगा because obviously the architecture is great and the history and the ruins and everything, specifically the architecture. But I didn't know I would like it so much. I actually thought it would be similar to looking at all the monuments and tombs in Delhi. They have a lot of history and we have read about it. But the history of Hampi, or like the whole empire that was there, we have not read about it anywhere. So, looking at all the monuments and those temples specifically, cause those temples, they're not being used as such right now. Like worshipping नहीं होती है उसमें, आरती वाला नहीं होती है, but they are so beautiful. I mean, I went inside this Krishna temple yesterday, and all I could think was, कि, gosh, the people at that time literally loved their gods. It's so beautiful.